Hey everyone, it's me, and today is Thursday, September 13th. I just wrote it down, and I wrote down waiting for Hurricane Florence because that is what we're doing. And you know, so much has gone on since I made a video yesterday, and I don't know, I'm just saying I got so many things going through my mind. We made reservation. Okay, let me back up. Okay, so I said we didn't know if we were going to go. We were thinking about going, and we just kept going back and forth, because you have to understand that you have, when you're making a decision like that, you have to weigh the pros and the cons. And so we were going back and forth, and then John told me yesterday that all of Pender County was mandatory evacuation. Well, that wasn't right. That was just what, you know how it happens. That's what happens is, you know, he was at work, and it's kind of like telephone. It goes through and everybody's kind of freaking out. So anyway, it wasn't. It was just like the low-lying areas, the beaches, you know, mobile homes, stuff like that. So anyway, we're not under mandatory evacuation, and we are, hey Chanel, we are above sea level. I think our neighbors are 23 feet, and then we're like one of the highest lots in the neighborhood, so I think we're like 27 feet. So the chance of us flooding is very, very, I mean, it's so, to me it is like just ridiculous sounding, but I know that they're, you know, we have to prepare for that. So they are not predicting that the storm surge would come up this high. And yesterday, you know, John got off work and came home, and so last night, probably about 5:30 or so, Chanel, get up here, baby. Brooke and I went out and rode around because it was just beautiful. I mean, that's how it is, the calm before the storm. It was just gorgeous out, but nowhere, there was nothing open. There was one wing place open, and they were on an 1.5 hour wait, because we were going to go just get something to eat and bring some, you know, hot stuff back home, and, you know, just do that. Just, you know, it's kind of like you're just doing that, killing time or getting your mind off of it. And so what we did see is parking lots full of equipment that had already been sent here by, you know, FEMA or, you know, the government somehow, or just different agencies, but parking lots full of all those machines, because what we're going to have to deal with the most is fallen trees and the electrical lines. So that made me feel a little bit better. So we rode around, and then we called my parents and ended up stopping by there. And by that time, John had made a hotel reservation in Durham. And so my dad explained that that wasn't good enough, that Durham was still in that outer band. They would probably still lose power. And John was thinking, he had made it for 2 nights. John was thinking he would come home the next morning. And my dad explained that is not going to be possible. The roads are going to flood. Trees are going to be over everywhere. I'm having to take stuff away from her because she was trying to get this pen. Chanel, you need to pull your chair over here. Hold on. Come on. Come on, sit with me. Okay. Okay. Okay, so, my parents just did not think that was the thing to do, is to go there. They said it was just, you know, not a good area. You know, people act crazy during, you know, times like this. You know, it kind of brings out the best and the worst in people. And I saw that last night with my video. And, so, you know, it just, when I weighed it all out, it's just better for us to stay here. Now, I have not watched my video back from yesterday, but I could have sworn I said in my video yesterday that if we did leave, my neighbor, I was going to give her the key, and she was going to walk just across the street and take care of my kitties. You guys know that I would never do that. I would never do that to my cats. I would never do that to someone else. I would never do that to a stray cat. And it's somewhat insulting. It means that you either think that I'm that cruel or that I'm an idiot. And I'm just gonna think that maybe you weren't thinking or whatever, but I would never leave my cats here to get flooded. That's just ridiculous. And if I really, really, really thought that my house was going to get flooded, no one has come up and down my street and told us to leave. You know, no one, it's not a mandatory evacuation. We're above that amount of sea level, whatever. If I really thought it, I would definitely take them in crates. But when I was thinking of leaving, it was just for convenience. You know what I mean? I wasn't thinking it was just for our life or death. So, I plain out asked my dad last night, what's the worst that could happen? And he said, the worst that could happen is a tree fall. And I said, well, and he said, and it's not going to be like, you know, it would be, it's not like I live in an old decrepit house. And, you know, anyway, so all in all, everyone has to do what they think is best. And, you know, the thought of going away and not being able to get back to my home and my animals, or even if I have my animals with me, the fact of just not being able to get back home for a week really freaks me out. That, you have to weigh what freaks you out the worst. I would rather endure whatever I'm going to have to endure here than go to a hotel and not be able to get back. And, you know, say a window does blow out. Well, when we're here, we can kind of fix it. And, you know, I don't know. I just feel like you have to do what's best. You have to do what you feel is best, and then you have to deal with the consequences. But to ease your minds, I would never leave my cats here. You guys know we've bent over backwards for these animals. You know, so we're all prepared. We've got their litter boxes all with fresh litter. You know, we've done as much. Matter of fact, John just said in the bathroom that this is probably the most prepared we've ever been. And we know it's not going to be pretty, but, and you know, as far as my children, they're older. Will's almost 15. He'll be 15 in November. Brooke's 18. And this is life. This is life. And, you know, I want to shield my children from as much as I can, but, you know, this is life. And this is part of living here. This is what I grew up with. And so that's all that. So I do want to keep you guys, I did curl my hair last night and I put on makeup this morning because I figured I want to feel my best. I don't know, I didn't want to just walk around here feeling bad. You know, I wanted to feel my best, and I wanted to be able to do a video because that kind of takes my mind off of it. And so many of you, I can't even get over the messages and the everything. I'm just really thankful. And so I will definitely try to keep in touch. Like I said, I might try to keep in touch more with Instagram. And I'll maybe try to take some videos. We switched our cars around and put my car in the garage. We did have my little blue Bug in the garage, and we pulled it out and put my BMW in the garage. And, you know, huddled all the cars up. And I think we'll probably end up putting some by the street where there's no trees, but the winds are starting. It's that wind. So maybe I'll even be able to take some videos and post them on my Instagram. Just before it gets too dangerous. And but when we built this house, we are in a high wind area. The windows are the extra strong ones that are meant to take it. Our foundation is built up high. You know, our house is meant for that, and it is a 2-story. I mean, my dad said before the water would come here, it would go out. This is such a hilly area that the water wouldn't just come straight up. It would come up and out and then kind of maybe trickle back in. So he did not think there was any chance of it flooding. And my dad has, you know, my dad went through Hazel. He was young, but he remembers it. And he's also a fisherman and just very wise. He's lived here all his life, so I trust him. And I don't know, I think when stuff gets real, I think it's a lesson for all of us. You listen to your parents. You do, because just no one loves you like they do, and I just feel like they're the wisest, you know. So I trust them, and they're staying because they have, you know, birds and cats and 2 dogs, and they want to, you know, be there. They don't want to be trapped away for a week or more. And we all have generators. We've all accommodated, and food, and I've got plenty of bread, peanut butter jelly. I'm getting ready to go down there and cook some stuff now, so we're going to take advantage of all our electricity while we can. But like our refrigerator will you know, stay. I don't think we've ever lost cell service so far, and we're with Verizon. I don't know, Verizon's a pretty big company, but you know, we'll have to deal with it. So I just wanted to come check in with you again. My nerves are shot, so I'm sorry if I'm not the norm. And Bubba is asleep on my bed. Chanel is up here, and Sassy is running around. I think they can kind of tell something's going on, because last night I went outside to do something. I don't know what I was doing. Probably taking something to the trash can or something. And Chanel went outside, and Chanel barely ever goes outside. And she went outside with me. I was kind of running around, and then I got her back in. But yes. So I will keep in touch. Maybe I'll get to even make some more videos if it, you know, I remember during Fran, it was a fluke thing. Some people kept their power the whole time. So I don't think that's going to happen here, just because we live with so many trees and we live so close to the water. But so thank you again for all of your well wishes. Please keep us in your prayers. Just pray that, you know, we will make wise decisions, and that we will be comforted, and pray for those that really, like the elderly and the disabled and those that are scared. You know, we're pretty much taken care of, but really pray for those that, you know, have it a lot worse than we do. And just think about all the, you know, the wildlife. And I am thankful for Mother Nature, because a lot of times the wildlife will know that something is coming, and they will kind of hunker down too. And it's amazing the survival, you know, instincts that animals have. So, but I always think about the wild animals. I always feel so sorry for them. We're just going to get a lot of rain. So anyway, thank you guys again, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.